2025 is fast approaching, and the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra will also arrive. Though Samsung's upcoming flagship promises fantastic things, it will still have to deal with Apple's biggest and greatest phone. Although the iPhone 16 Pro Max is still somewhat new, its amazing range of hardware and software improvements has already delighted us. Particularly remarkable is the battery life. We are already beginning to get our first impression of what the Apple Intelligence AI package offers. Some of the speculations are quite interesting. The S25 Ultra will most likely be the closest Android has to a real Pro Max competitor. Which phone, though, is most likely to dominate? Based on the numerous speculations we have heard thus far regarding the S25 Ultra, we can hypothesize even though there is still much to learn about it. So let's sort through it all and compare that to what we've learned thanks to our hands-on time with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. We haven't heard reports regarding what the Galaxy S25 Ultra will launch, but it seems doubtful Samsung will stray from its typical schedule. Recently, Galaxy S flagships have come in late January. With CES 2024 happening at the start of January, we don't expect that timeframe to vary too much. We haven't heard anything about pricing, but considering the Galaxy S24 Ultra got a $100 price bump, we're hoping that Samsung at least keeps the same $1,299 starting price. Hopefully, despite some early claims, let's hope the costly Snapdragon 8 Elite doesn't force Samsung's hand. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is available right now, with prices starting at $1,199 for a 256GB variant. This $100 price gap would give Apple the edge over Samsung. We're not expecting any substantial changes with the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra's design or its display. The appearance has been largely steady for a long time, with Samsung only adding relatively modest adjustments, such as modified camera lenses or the titanium frame we saw debut with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. However, one rumor indicates that there may be some minor size increases across the complete Galaxy S25 range. The Ultra is purportedly increasing to 6.9 inches, and while only slightly bigger than the 6.8-inch Galaxy S25 Ultra, it does mean the phone may match the size of the recently supersized iPhone 16 Pro Max. Sadly, despite recent advances in display brightness, word is that Samsung will not be enhancing the screen lighting this year, keeping the same N13 OLED panels as the S24 Ultra rather than the N14 panels utilized by iPhone 16 Pro Max. Our S24 Ultra testing indicated a peak brightness of 1,363 nits, which is well behind the 1,553 nits of the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The good news is that the S25 Ultra will likely preserve the flat-screen display of the S24 Ultra, but it's said that we could see a little bigger frame with considerably skinnier bezels. We should also see an even slimmer design at 8.4mm. That's not nearly as small as the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which measures just 8.1mm thick, but it will be intriguing to see how those skinnier bezels would compare. We're anticipating big things from the Galaxy S25 Ultra's cameras, as Samsung consistently achieves the top 3 slots on our best camera phones list. We're expecting to see the 200 megapixels main lens make a return, totally dwarfing the iPhone 16 Pro Max's 48 megapixels snapper. One leaker has hinted an undisclosed improvement, but information on this are non-existent. That same leaker also claims that the ultra-wide lens will get an overdue upgrade from 12 megapixels to 50 megapixels. The Galaxy S25 Ultra telephoto lens is reportedly claimed to be receiving variable capabilities. This is a rumor we heard about the S24 Ultra as well, which would allow 2 different degrees of optical magnification in a single telephoto lens, negating the necessity for the second telephoto lens. Apparently, the phone may have fixed focal lengths between 4 and 5x zoom, with the possibility to rise to 6x and 7x magnification. But if this overall ever comes to fruition is another thing. In contrast, the iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a triple lens camera, giving 48 megapixels main and ultra-wide lenses, plus a 12 megapixels telephoto lens with 5x optical magnification. But despite the seeming hardware deficit in the main lens, the combination of hardware and software still means Apple tops Samsung in picture shootouts. It's not by that much though, so it'll be fascinating to watch how things shape up if the S25 Ultra does get these changes. Performance is perhaps the one thing we know the most about with the S25 Ultra, thanks to the revelation of the Snapdragon 8 Elite. The new flagship processor promises to give a 45% jump to single and multi-core performance and a 40% improvement to graphical performance. Not to mention the fact that this is a 3nm chipset, and the smaller size provides gains to both performance and energy efficiency. Benchmarking a Snapdragon reference device produced scores much in excess of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for the Galaxy chip that powers the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Sadly, the single-core score of 3,212 is somewhat below the 3,386 score generated by the A18 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. That said, the multi-core score was 10,318, which totally dwarfs the 8,306 produced by the iPhone. Meanwhile, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 already outclassed the A18 Pro in graphics tests, with Apple getting 107.5 FPS on Wildlife Unlimited and 22.9 on Wildlife Unlimited Extreme, compared to the S24 Ultra with 121.8 FPS and 29.8 FPS. Needless to say, the Snapdragon 8 Elite reference phone pushed those statistics even further, attaining 150.9 FPS in Wildlife Unlimited and 41.7 FPS in the Extreme tests. There's no assurance that the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra will reproduce this benchmarking performance identically, but that is a very strong indicator that the next wave of Android flagships will be able to give some great performance, S25 Ultra included. Don't expect much changes in the battery department with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Rumor has it that we could see the same 5000 mAh battery and 45-watt charging rates as previous generations. However, battery life could improve thanks to better chip efficiency. Whether the S25 Ultra will be able to reach the same heights as the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which lasted over 17.5 hours in our testing, is another thing. The Galaxy S24 Ultra managed to last 16 hours and 45 minutes, so it's not difficult to make some improvements on Apple's flagship. It will all rely on the phone's power consumption and how much better the energy efficiency is this year. Now that Android 15 is out in the world, Samsung no likely has its own version of the OS on the way. While we don't know when One UI 7 will make a formal appearance, we do know that it should be ready in time for the Galaxy S25 series to arrive. This means the Galaxy S25 Ultra should enjoy the finest Android and Samsung have to offer. While we don't know much about any Samsung exclusive flourishes that will be added to One UI 7, we are still expecting even more Galaxy AI features on the forthcoming phones. Samsung has acknowledged as much, revealing that AI will be one of the S25 series' major themes. Sadly, we don't know anything about what the new AI features and upgrades might include, except from the possibility of Bixby having generative AI capabilities. As for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we already have a pretty detailed roadmap of AI features that are both now and still incoming. The first wave of Apple Intelligence features launched as part of iOS 18.1, and several important upgrades should be expected in December, including ChatGPT and the Visual Intelligence at Eye Camera mode. The one thing we absolutely would like to see is satellite connectivity on Galaxy S25 Ultra. This functionality is accessible owing to Android 15 if a phone has the proper hardware, and rumor has it that Samsung could offer its own satellite-based communication service next year. Considering Apple has already had this functionality for 2 years, with many revisions afterward, it makes natural that Samsung would want to join on that bandwagon. There's still a lot we don't know about the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, but we're already starting to develop a fair picture of what this phone may have to offer when it debuts in January. Unsurprisingly, it seems like we're getting a phone that's comparable to the Galaxy S24 Ultra, albeit with some enhancements to the CPU, design and cameras to help the new version stand out. How it compares to the iPhone 16 Pro Max is not something we can clearly measure at this early point. An accurate comparison can't be done without hands-on time and testing data after all. But it certainly seems like next year's Galaxy flagship will give Apple a run for its money, especially as performance and cameras are concerned. The updated edition will also feature more powerful Galaxy AI capabilities. AI is likely to be fundamental to our mobile experiences in the next years, and Samsung is laying the groundwork early. The Galaxy S24 series was likely the world's first AI phone, featuring on-device AI features like no other. Several corporations have subsequently joined into the bandwagon, but Samsung would want to make the first-mover advantage count. The Galaxy S25 Ultra will also leverage new Android features for more smooth cross-device task continuity, allowing you to transition between numerous devices worry-free. Samsung may offer satellite connectivity and certain XR features too. It is supposedly building the next flagship with its first-gen XR headset in mind. The company is working with Qualcomm and Google to bring a strong new XR headset or smart glasses to the market next year. The Galaxy S25 Ultra's titanium frame should be protected by robust Gorilla Glass armor or newer protective glass panels on the front and rear. The phone should also have IP68 dust and water resistance, making it tough enough to survive a few fall on the floor or into the pool. Theoretically, you can keep the phone underwater in 1.5 meters deep water for 30 minutes without damage, though you shouldn't try that for no reason. The new Samsung flagship should also include Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth version 5.4, NFC, GPS, ultra-wideband, and a USB Type-C 3.2 connectivity options. We expect 8K G-Tune stereo speakers, an under-display ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, Samsung DeX, and Samsung Wireless DeX. The Galaxy S25 Ultra will also include a wide range of sensors that you generally expect on expensive handsets. We should find out more as we hear more about the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and as it makes its formal debut at Samsung Galaxy Unpacked next year. So, what do you think about this competition between Samsung and Apple? Which phone are you more excited about? Let us know in the comments below. Then I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.